So you got your first Musky rod and reel. Congrats. I hope you like it. It's a tool. Think of it as a tool. And you're always going to be adding tools when you need them. But now you've got it and you're like, I don't know how to use this thing. That's why I'm here. So today we're going to be talking about casting and figure eights. So if you've ever fished before, maybe you've used a spinning reel. It's got the bell on it that you flip up. A bait casting reel is a lot different. First of all, you always use it with the reel facing upwards, and most reels got a button of some sorts like this one. So what you do, you're going to collapse that button, and you'll see my bait. When I hit that button, my bait falls. That's what we call free spool. So what you're going to do is, depending on if you're right or left-handed, I'm right-handed, so that's how I'm going to demonstrate it. So what you're going to do to cast, you're going to hit your free spool button, and you're going to use your thumb to hold the spool. And after that, you're going to extend it out and grab your other hand at the butt of the rod. So you're going to flip it over your shoulder, whichever one is your dominant hand, and you're gonna kind of use it as a lever out. So really, this hand is just holding the rod, and this hand here is all the power, and it's gonna go out. So you're gonna flip it over your dominant shoulder, and what I like to do when I was first learning to cast, I like to find something to aim at. So right here we got a few leaves out there on the water, and I'm gonna aim in my head. That's where I want that bait to land. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hand, my non-dominant hand, and it's going to be all the power. This hand here is just kind of the fulcrum. It's the pivot point of the rod. All my power is coming from here. So I'm going to look at where I want to cast, and I'm going to flip it that way. Alright, so you casted and your lure is coming back to the boat. And I'm sure you've seen some of these guys, if you watched any other YouTube videos, do these weird, like they're drawing in the water, they're playing in the water. Well, they're not. That's a tactic we call the figure eight. The reason that we figure eight after a cast or at the end of a cast is what I believe, muskie are very territorial. So when you cast and you see one coming behind your bait, I believe they're chasing it away, or they're hungry. One of those two. So you're coming in for the figure eight. When you see the fish, what I like to do is a real sharp L turn, a 90-degree turn, and I'm going to make a big circle. I'm going to draw a big circle with my rod tip, and you're going to watch that fish and see how it responds. If it looks like it's starting to lose interest, you can speed it up or give it a jerk like that to get its attention. Or if the fish is already turned off, you can go there, kind of make a big splash to get its attention, and sometimes it'll come back. But you want to reach as far away as you can from the boat. And what else you can do, a little tip, is you can, so you're coming in, the fish is behind you, you can speed it up in the turns. It triggers them just like the L turn does at the first of your eight. So you can do big circles, you can do eights, you just draw a eight with your rod tip. And what else you can do, depending on if you're in a boat or in a kayak, you can get down on your knees. So the thought process behind this is you want to get that bait as far away as possible from the boat, just in case the boat spooks. So this is where your 9.5, 8.5 foot rods are going to really come into play, because you can stretch way out there, get away from the boat, and you can bring it down deep. Say you're fishing and you've got one coming in. You're thinking, all right, I remember Austin taught me this. I'm doing my L turn, I'm making my big circles, and you want to try, you have a shorter rod. This is an 8-foot rod here, and you really want to stretch that out. It's okay to grab. I always want to keep two hands on my rod, because when you're like this and you're stretched out way out here, you don't have any power. So I like to keep two hands on the rod just in case it hits. That's really good. So what else I've found is that you're doing your figure 8, more times than not that fish is going to hit in that first turn. In my experience, sometimes you can make a bunch of loops and have fish hits, but more times than not, my fish come on that first turn. So, alright, so you got him, you do your turn, and boom, he hits. What do? Well, the temptation for me for the longest time was, he hits right there, I just want to jerk this way. Well, you got to think that's actually jerking the hooks out of his mouth. If the fish is going this way and your bait's going that way, you're working against yourself. So what you want to do is, all right, boom, he hits. Instead of going this way, the fish hits, you want to come back at him. That way you're turning your hooks back into its mouth to hopefully hook it. All right, so, but you're saying, Austin, I cast a lot, I cast all day, 10, 12 hours a day, and I'm not seeing many fish, and I finally see one. I don't see anything behind my bait. Do I need a figure 8? I would say it doesn't hurt to at least give one little loop. You don't see anything, you can keep going. Muskies are so quick that you can watch your lure work all the way back to the boat, do your circle, and get ready to take it out, and boom, it's on it. So it doesn't hurt. In that case, I would say again, so he comes up there, he splashes, I would take my bait, I would splash it on the water to get his attention, and sometimes he'll come back to it. Guys, I hope these videos are helping. If there's any questions you have, feel free to comment below, and I'll try to answer those as best as I can. There's more videos coming out. I think next video I'm going to be talking about the different types of lures and how to fish those. So stay tuned, and I'll see you later.